Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mic Drop Sports Network. I'm your host Jason Jacobs, and we're gonna have a little show on the 2023 Steelers free agency class. Since they narrowly missed the playoffs in Week 18 with the Miami Dolphins win 9-6 over the Jets in a pitiful display of National Football League football, and what a terrible game and what a terrible team in the Miami Dolphins, who are down to their 100 string quarterback to be in the playoffs. So um, I don't know what went down there. That was horrible. But I'm glad they're going to go take the ass beating from the Buffalo Bills and not Kenny Pickett in the Steelers. So moving on to the free agency class of 2023. We'll start with the offensive side of the ball and Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph, let's face it, he ain't going to be back. Unless you can keep him super freaking cheap, and he ain't going to do that. He knows he has no chance of starting. He knows it's a waste of time. So we're going to look for Mason Rudolph to be moving on up out of here. See ya. Bye, Mason. Next up is going to be Derek Watt. Derek Watt, I felt like played a significantly bigger role as the season progressed in the Steelers offense, not to mention his significant roles in the special teams play. And I think Derek Watt, with his ability to now be incorporated a little bit more into the offense, if you can keep him at the right price, which I think you can, because I think he enjoys being here with family and his brother. And I think it makes it a little bit easier for his family to be here. So I'm thinking you could get him on the low and keep him around. And I'm sure his brother got a little bit of pull, so he could go in there and say, "Hey, man, I want my brother on the team." Let's face it, he probably can. He probably got that kind of clout there. So let's say keep Derek Watt. Next up, Miles Boykin. I like him also, Pro Bowler on the special teams phase of the ball, and I think he's a keeper. I wish he'd have got a little bit more action in the offensive side. I don't think they utilized his size in the ways they could have incorporated with George Pickens, and you could have had two big, taller guys on the outsides and really tried to force the issue on the outside and maybe opened up that middle just a tad bit more for the likes of Fryermuth and like a Deontay Johnson, people like that. So maybe they can incorporate him, but you're going to have the emergence of Calvin Austin, hopefully, and anybody else they may pick up in the draft. And you know how the Steelers get receivers. So Boykin really got a leg up with his special teams play. So we'll see what happens there. I'm going to say keep him for now at this point in the year. Benny Snell, you're going to probably have to let him go. He does play great special teams, in my opinion. When given the opportunity this year in Indianapolis, I thought he shined and really did a good job for the Steelers. I just don't know if the money and what Benny's looking for in terms of maybe getting some more significant snaps. So I'm not sure. That's going to be, do the Steelers even have interest, or does Benny even have interest? So I'm not sure there. I'm going to say I'd like to keep him too, along, with the other couple that I've named so far. Moving on, Zach Gentry. Zach Gentry, I like him, but the pass game, he's really existent. They did try to incorporate him a little bit, but it just didn't work out there. And with the emergence of Connor Hayward, I'm not sure if he still fits, but I'd like to keep him and keep that tight end room the way it was. I thought they were pretty good together as a unit. Excuse me, let me get a drink. All right, moving down the list, we have two offensive linemen that I don't know a ton about, in Jesse Davis, a 31-year-old lineman. And then you have Trenton Scott, a 28-year-old lineman, and maybe just keep them around and see what they can do in camp, and see if you like them or not, if that's possible. I'm not sure if they get contracts elsewhere, whatnot. If the Steelers had them under lock and key, I'm not 1,000%. If the Steelers would have like that inside track with them, or if, they're probably going to move on. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know enough about them to say yay, nay, whatever. So we'll leave them up in the air, and, maybe we'll see more of them, or maybe we won't moving forward. Let's go. We'll switch over to the defensive side of the ball, which we have 11 defensive players out of the 18, 11 on the defensive side of the ball. So we know the offense is definitely going to take, in my opinion, a big step forward in terms of development, I would assume, next season. So we're going to want to really try to keep this defense intact as much as possible, considering that they were playing pretty good ball. They still need a couple pieces and get rid of a couple guys, and replace a couple guys. But all in all, we need to try to keep it intact as much as possible. So let's start out with Larry Ogunjobi, and I'm gonna say keep him, man. I thought he brought a decent presence in the line there, and I thought that when healthy, fully, he was a little bit better than when he had that nagging back injury. So I'm gonna say let's try to keep Larry O. Devin Bush, let's just part ways, man. He's not a top 10 pick. Let's face it, the Steelers burned one there, man, when they climbed up the ladder to grab him. And at first I thought he was gonna be that top 10 pick. And the more I've seen him after his ACL injury, I just feel that he's not playing to that standard. He is not a top 10 pick. I'm going to say let's part ways with the young fella, Devin Bush, and wish him luck on his next endeavor. Cam Sutton, got to keep him intelligent, veteran, um, ball savvy, can play big, can play the man, can play the zone, can come up in moments when it matters. And Cam, you got to figure out a way to get him at a reasonable rate and keep him on the squad, because I don't really think with the situation as the corners sit right now that you can afford to lose somebody with the abilities such as Cam Sutton. Tyson Alualu, you're done, man. I think he needs to retire. He just wasn't there this season. I'm not sure just what injury situation, how bad things were with him in terms of that. I don't know. He seemed to dress quite often. I just I don't know. I don't really have no use for him anymore. I think he's about done, and wish him luck in the next phase of his life. Marcus Allen, he's a complete idiot. So like, let's part ways. If anybody does something as stupid as he did, getting in another team's huddle during a game on live television, um, let's just say part ways. You're an idiot, and good luck, I guess. You're going to need it being that dumb idiot. But anyway, moving on for Marcus Allen. Goodbye, Marcus Allen. Terrell Edmonds, I like him, man. You got to keep him with KZ, and you got to keep him with Minka. That threesome there, that tandem, man, you got to keep them together. I feel like they could do some exotic things and some special things. So we got to find a way to keep Edmonds for yet another season. And I'm not sure if we can do that or not. I'm probably going to say I'm 60, 70% sure the Steelers will maybe get something done after Terrell Edmonds' season, because I thought it was a pretty good one. So we'll see. Robert Spillane, I could live with him, live without him. He's just one of those guys. I think he's a solid guy. I think he can make some plays. I think he comes on at times, and then I think he gets smoked at times. So like, I don't know. I think he plays the run pretty decent. In the pass game, I don't really like him. But hey, if you can get him for the right price, again, he's another piece. So people will say, "Oh, I hate him," blah blah blah. Whatever, dude. He's a piece, man. And that's what we're kind of looking for right now is pieces. You're not getting big chunks like a Watt. People like that. That's not what these people are. These people, 95% of them are little pieces. And you got to make those pieces fit. That's what you got to do. And that's probably the hardest part of the NFL, because everybody can get a couple big name guys. You're going to stumble onto a couple. But just having a couple superstars doesn't win you games usually in the NFL. You need to have the package, the three phases of the game. You need to cover all of them. So let's try to we'll try to keep him on the cheap. I'm going to say maybe like a 70% chance they keep him. Malik Reed, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll have to see about that one too. I'll come back to that one at a later date. I don't know about him. Chris Wormley. maybe how bad's that injury that he suffered? I don't know. I forget really what was going on totally. I know he tore it up pretty bad, his knee injury. So we'll see about the worm. I'm not sure about him either. He's another one we'll have to revisit down the road and see where he is injury status wise and things like that. DeMonte KZ, please. I'm begging you, Pittsburgh. You gotta keep him somehow. Please. I think that him and Terrell Edmonds, like I had said when we talked about Edmonds, what I thought about that tandem in the secondary. And then we're going to be moving on to Carl Joseph. And hold on, I'm going to get a drink. Carl Joseph. I liked what he was doing in preseason. I thought he was playing pretty good. Maybe try and keep him around again. Maybe he's willing to come around. I know he went to college here at West Virginia University near my house. So possibly he likes to be here, I don't know. And we'll see. He's a piece. Yeah. I'd say try to keep him if you can. So guys, that's gonna be our free agency review. Like I said, a couple of these we'll come back and revisit and just see where they are, where they stand at certain parts of the off season here. Maybe we can narrow our list down, and maybe in some future episodes, we could go ahead and try to look at the free agent market and see who we could replace these 18 free agents with that way. And then also we will incorporate our draft review as we get closer to that event in the NFL calendar year. So we will this will be our little initial Steeler review of the free agents. And then we will just build off of all of this, just build off of this little episode here. And we will incorporate other free agents on the market from other teams. We will incorporate the draft coming up. And before camp starts, we will try to, or before the off season's over, try to build out a team that we think the Steelers should try to put out there and just take some guesses and have some fun with it and see if we can kind of get close to who they would pursue, who fits best in the club. Let's see what happens with the coaching. I put a short out earlier that hey guys, if Mikey T hasn't fired Matt Canada just yet, you're probably not, what are we, 5-6 days now from the start of the off season for the Steelers. And if Mikey T hasn't got rid of this clown yet, I don't think you guys are going to see a new offensive coordinator in 2023 guiding Kenny Pickett and the boys. I just don't see it. I mean, it could happen. He could still get fired, but I think there's some options out there. I'm not sure if they're waiting to see who gets head coaching positions and who doesn't. But man, you can't sit long. You can't sit with sit on your hands, man. You just can't. The Steelers got to make a move there, and we'll see if they do give Baldy a chance again. We'll fingers crossed he learned his lesson and he'll look more like last 4 or 5 game Canada in the fourth quarter than the 3-7, Matt Canada type offense, because it didn't look good. It looked bad. It looked horrible. Not a good look, man. Not a good look. So let's wrap this episode up. We're already up to 14 minutes, and this is a little long for me because I don't like to keep you guys for an eternity. We will have some longer episodes down the road, like when we build our rosters out and things like that. But I will warn people that way. I don't want to waste anybody's time ever. So, I want to keep you entertained and I want to give you things that you could talk about. I like to talk about the Steelers now because this is my team. So It's comfortable for me to talk about. But as we grow as a community, I want to talk all teams and all sports. So throw in the comments what you guys are looking for in terms of content and what team you want to see. I still try to see some things that I find interesting on other teams and other players, and I like to report on those also. So, well, until next time, uh, subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back again later on this weekend with another episode of probably our nightmare scenarios, maybe Sunday, tomorrow night, or Monday. So we'll probably drop that next, and also a little teaser. I got a little bit of a workup on some statistics I seen of Big Ben Roethlisberger, comparing him to Aaron Rodgers and their statistics, which I find if you're a Steeler fan and Ben Roethlisberger fan, I think you'll like them. And I think if you're a Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers fan, you're probably going to argue some of the statistics there and uh, argue for your boy Aaron. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe. We'll see you next.